there, I'm Tara from the Customer Success team. This is a quick video on what happens at the end of a harvest in terms of what to do with unused product and how to reconcile your tracker getting ready for the next season. So let's jump in and take a look. So we're looking at my trackers page and we're going to look at my 22 tracker. So let's jump in. So we're going to be looking at my wheat grain. So it's come to the end of the season and we can see my total production for this season, how much I've used and my remaining. So there's a few options. So if you've got this left over 2,000 tons and you are planning to sell it at a later date, then it will sit in the product tracker for you to sell when that time comes. If this amount is a discrepancy and you never had this on hand and you want to change your initial harvest, so you can come down and you can reduce that amount by clicking in and editing. You can also write this figure off. So if for some reason it's spoiled stock or you don't have it or you're wanting to write it off, if you come up to transactions and down to write off product, you can go through the steps of recording it and that will reduce by that amount as well. We also have the options to use the product for feed or use the product for seed. So I'll show you how we can allocate a feed towards one of your other trackers you've got set up. So we can pop in, we're going to be recording an actual. I'm going to select that actual date. Now we're going to come down and we're going to select the product and how much. So we can see that that remaining is pulling through. So if we're wanting to use the whole amount or a portion of it, we can type that figure in. It's going to automatically pull from the product tracker, but what we can do is we want to pull this from our wheat 22 tracker. So again, we can assign a price to this amount for the tons, and we can come down and click next. Now we have the ability to allocate this to my livestock trackers. So we can just allocate it to cattle. We can also then go and add another line in and split it between sheep, however you'd like to do it. And then you can click save. So what this is doing, it's taking that amount of tons and it's allocating it to my beef cattle for feed, and that cost will sit under that tracker. The other option that you have is that you can record for seed. So we can show how much seed we're going to use in, for example, next season's harvest if we want to account for that. So we can come in, we can select the date that this is going to happen. It can be a forecast date if you're wanting to forecast into the future as well. I'm going to select the product and we're going to again select how much we're wanting to allocate. So I'm going to allocate the full amount. I'm going to click next. Again, it's the same thing. We can come down here. We're going to take our product from my 2022 tracker. Again, we can assign a price to this, and this cost will then be recognized against your season. For example, we can pop the information in and come down and click next. And from here, what we want to make sure that we have our next season tracker already set up. So I've already got my 23 season started, so I'm going to select that. And again, I'm going to come down and I'm going to save this one. So we can see now that we've got nothing left to use. So if I do pop back into my tracker, and we look in my 23 tracker for next season, and I come down, I can see that now that I've allocated my seed from last season, it's being pulled through here and it's sitting as a cost. So once you have reconciled your tracker, one of the other things that would be good to do is to jump into your allocator and check to see that you've got no sales that you've put in through zero pulling through or any expenses left that you'd like to allocate. So once you've done that and your season's all tied up, you should be ready to go. So hopefully you found that video helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us on the green chat bubble and we can jump in and help you.